Welcome to Daps Magic, Disney and Positive Stuff. I'm Mr. Daps, and today, well, prepare to be hungry. Maybe you should eat before you watch or listen to this podcast, because we are going to be joined by Kellie from We Don't Wear Ears to talk about the opening of Earl of Sandwich and Gordon Ramsay at the Carnaby. And it's a delicious conversation. What can I say? Before we get into all of that, though, I'd like to encourage you just to take a moment to make sure to subscribe wherever you're watching or listening to this podcast. Also, give us a rating. The better, the better. And we'd love to be able to connect with more people through all of those things. Also, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of these restaurants, our conversation, any points we might make. It makes it a whole lot more fun when we get to geek out about this stuff together with those of you in the Disney community. But you don't want to hear from me, you want to hear from Kellie. So let's invite Kellie to the podcast and talk about the opening of the Earl of Sandwich, permanent location, and also Gordon Ramsay at the Carnaby. Well, welcome, Kellie, to Daps Magic, Disney and Positive Stuff. I'm so excited that you're here today. I've loved getting to know you a little bit more since we spent a wonderful, fun-filled day sitting in Town Square for like 12 hours or something. For
I think it was like
year.
16, to be clear.
Okay, there you go. I
don't know.
Why would I undersell this? Like, it was a great day, though. And but we had a blast, and every time we've interacted, I feel like I've had just as much fun, perhaps even more, because it's been not sitting on a curb in Town Square.
True.
And
you can only go up from there.
Literally and figuratively. Most recently, we got to cover the opening of Earl of Sandwich together. But before we get into all of that, I would love everybody to get to know you a little bit more. So my first question is, what is your Disney origin story?
Oh, that's a good question. Disney
Thanks.
origin story is that, well, I mean, how origin do we want to go? My first trip to Disneyland, my very first trip to Disneyland, I was 6 weeks old. I was not supposed to go. My parents were taking my older sister, and my grandma said, "Oh, I'll take the baby." So I just feel like, yeah, I've been around a little bit.
It's in your DNA.
Truly, though, it's in my DNA. Truly, though, the first time I got a Disneyland pass, it was $122. Because that is what every broke college kid did around here, is we asked mom and dad for that pass for Christmas. For $100, you could add parking. So I went real big. I asked for the big one and got parking too. And then that's what we just did every year. That was like mom and dad, all of my friends, mom and dad bought the passes. We would pack our little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and go to the parks. And that just sort of evolved. When my husband Anna and I got married, we lived right next to the parks, and I kept asking mom and dad for passes. Now it was for 2 passes. And that just kind of evolved. So I've had a pass for over 20 years. My husband jumped in at some point. My son jumped in when he turned 3.
Of course.
So that's sort of the origin story. We've been longtime pass holders for literally ever.
I love that. And so you're lifelong Disney fans, Disneyland, all of that stuff. At some point you decide, hey, I'm going to put my fandom in front of a screen or a camera, and you become a content creator. How did that happen?
Well, so in that course of being a pass holder, we live local to Disneyland. So we have a lot of friends, classmates, coworkers, people who also have passes, visit the parks regularly. And so I would find myself sharing things on my personal social media all the time, just because we were there a lot. So, hey, did you see this cool new free thing, or check out this ice cream thing, or like, here's a cute picture of my kid doing his homework at Disneyland, or whatever it may be, because we were there all the time. And I started to feel like it got a little bit obnoxious. Like it was just like a lot. Like I think the litmus test for me was, I was like, okay, if like some friend from high school like looked me up and was like, I wonder what she's doing, and it's like, she's just at Disneyland. It felt a little obnoxious for maybe some people in my life that aren't as interested or don't care, right? And so at the same time that I was kind of feeling that way, I had some friends that had encouraged me, like, you really should start an account for this. Like, people are doing that now. I had a few instances where I kind of helped some friends plan trips for both Disneyland and Disney World and really liked it. I was like, okay, let's just give it a shot. Like, if I was going to do this, for me, it's a lot more about I want to help you plan a trip. I want to help you know what the hack is. I want to help you figure out how to do this in a way that is like pleasant and you have a good time with your family at Disneyland. So I was like, let's just give it a shot. It should tell you a lot about me as a person, that I started a Disneyland social media account in February of 2021 when the parks were closed.
Okay, great.
I had enough on my phone from previous years to be able to post every day.
I love it.
Like, I had enough just like photos and videos and things that just existed in my camera roll to be like, yeah, no problem. I got this. So there it is. And it just kind of took off, you know?
And then how'd you come up with the name We Don't Wear Ears?
It is so not as intentional as people think.
Okay, so it's just like my story.
Sort of. I mean, I think at the time when we were doing it, and we were just, okay, what would we call it? What would we do? I had seen a lot of accounts that were some sort of play on people wearing ears or people liking ears or people whatever. And I was like, well, we don't wear ears. And I was like, well, that is kind of like emblematic of our whole deal, our whole vibe. You could say, like, we love the Disney parks. We love the experiences. We love the stories. We love all of it. You're not going to find us in ears. You're not going to find us in a lot of merch. You're not going to find us in a lot of those things. That's just not like our deal. And that's fine. And I think there are a lot of people who have actually told us, yeah, I feel similar. That really resonates with me. Like, I love all of this, but like, I just don't care about a popcorn bucket. And that's sort of like, that's where we sit in just like the whole landscape of Disney content creation and fans and all of it. And I think it does resonate with a lot of people.
So you've been doing this for, what is this, 5 years now, if I did my math correctly?
Sure.
Is there a moment that pops out in the last 5 years that really just fills your heart with joy, makes you smile because you're like, oh, this is why I get to do this. This is the most awesome thing ever. Maybe it's a memory. Maybe it's a conversation. I don't know. This wasn't in my notes. It just popped into my head.
I don't know. Content creation wise, okay. I would say like a big milestone moment for us was when we broke 100,000 followers on Instagram because it happened so quickly. We had one particular video that went like very, very viral and gained a ton of followers almost overnight. And so we were actually in the parks, and all of a sudden my phone just kind of starts ping, 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 ping. And I'm looking and I'm like, man, Haiti, and we're just watching the follow number go up like by the thousands every like second.
That's
like,
insane.
What is happening? Like, what is going on? Like, that's definitely like a very cool milestone memory and fun that the three of us, like my whole family, my husband, son, and I were together in the parks watching it happen. I don't know that there's a lot. We've definitely had a lot of very cool moments, gotten to meet a lot of cool people, do a lot of really cool things. We love what we do. I think ultimately, if you were to ask me one of my like favorite recent Disneyland memories, it's not even like a content creation moment, but I do think it kind of wraps a package on the whole thing. Probably, this was just a couple months ago. I was walking up Main Street, like we were leaving the parks, walking up Main Street to leave the parks as Paint the Night was coming down the way. And you get to the end of that parade where they're playing the little bit of Celebrate Happy in there. And I'm like singing along because that's just who I am as a person. Like, couldn't care less that there were all these people. Like, I'm having my own moment. And I make eye contact with this guy who's walking toward us. He's probably about 20 yards in front of us, walking the other way on the sidewalk. He is also jamming out. He is like this 19-year-old, super trendy Asian dude. Like, we are not the same demographic, but we make eye contact and we are in a duet. For that,
that's
like,
awesome.
Like, we are singing, but to me, that piece of just like human connection, we laugh, said hi, he keeps going, I keep going.
Yeah.
To me, that's so much of so many memories at Disneyland is just the connections with people, the fact that it does something for each one of us, in our own like heart and soul and mind and joy and happiness and all of it, regardless of who you are, and that you can connect with someone over that. I just like love that. I think that's such a like perfect example of all of it,
We just bumped into each other on the 17th of July, which is Disneyland's birthday, obviously.
Yes.
And I always say it doesn't matter what Disney offers on that day. It's those moments that you have with everybody else that showed up for the same reason. And you get to have these memories that you make and these connections. And that really is perhaps the greatest magic of Disney as we all geek out about these moments together. Another moment that we got to geek out together with was a very nice, sunny, warm was it Wednesday morning about a week ago, actually.
It was sunny and warm, I'll tell you that.
It was, it was another one of those days. I'm so glad I wear bow ties. But we got up bright and early, not maybe early enough to avoid the bright part, but we got to cover and experience the official opening of Earl of Sandwich in downtown Disney. And this is, I would say, long overdue for Earl of Sandwich, because it's been looking for its permanent place for a while.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yes. And it was fun for me because I covered the original opening 14 years ago.
Wow.
And to get that full circle thing was just one of those, like, who would have ever guessed that this kid from Minnesota would get to do stuff like this? But what did you think as we were lining up in the morning, and you've been around the area a lot in the last week or two? What did you think about the atmosphere and the energy for those opening moments and that ceremony, and then actually going inside with all these people for Earl of Sandwich last week?
I think it's just such a culmination of a moment, to your point. It's been like a long haul getting to that moment of opening that building, and I've gotten the chance to kind of peek behind the curtain a little bit at some of it, but it felt like such a culmination. And so, I love your mug, and I almost had that one sitting here today. That would have been funny.
That would have been
anyway,
hilarious.
sorry, I got very distracted. Shiny things. But it just feels like a culmination of all of the things. I think there's so much excellence involved in Earl of Sandwich and in that whole brand and in that team. There's just a level of just connection and warmth and excitement that you don't always feel, you know, with these things. And so it was just a really special moment, I think.
And then we got to go inside, and they have, I'm going to call it an updated menu. Would that be a fair way to say it?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
They have all of the sandwiches that we've known and loved for years. And there's delicious as ever. In fact, I think it's easier to see them being made now. I like the new vibe for the restaurant. And then they have added the Carvery, they've added cookies, they've added the pub, all of this fun stuff. From the menu, first off, did you get to try the new pastrami sandwich?
Yes.
What did you think of that? And then we'll go into everything else.
I love a good pastrami sandwich.
Me too.
I do not love all the sauerkraut and stuff. Normally, I'm more of like a pickles and mustard kind of girl.
Same.
But
boy.
When I was there the day they soft opened, they handed me their full, like, the dressing, the sauerkraut, the whatever. And sometimes as a kid, you're just like, okay, I'm trying it. Like, and holy cow, like, it was so good.
It is.
I don't think that all of them are all that good, like pastrami sandwiches that way in general, other places. I mean, I would 100% get it again. Actually have. That's not even like a would. So stinking good. I have never had pastrami like that. That's more of like a thick roasted type thing and not more of a thin sliced. It was phenomenal.
I completely agree with you. And seeing them slice it, I actually had that thought that you kind of mentioned. I was like, is this right? You know, kind of
right.
This is not what my normal paradigm is. And I loved it too. And I'm not a sauerkraut person at all. Like, I grew up in northern Minnesota. I feel like it was thrown at us a lot. And I always felt like it tasted really briny and that I don't even know what that flavor is. Not pickly, but going that direction, but not wanting to be that direction also kind of thing. And
like fermented.
Yeah, that's probably a better word.
Yeah.
And this one, I was like, I could order this every time. I wouldn't, because I get tired of it, because I get weird about doing too many things 2 times in a row. But I loved it. They also have all of their other sandwiches that we've known and loved for years. What is your go-to sandwich, and what would you say for somebody that hasn't necessarily experienced Earl of Sandwich? What's a good starting point?
All right. I am a holiday turkey girl all the way. Like, that is my favorite. And I know that's a pretty popular one. Their holiday turkey sandwich is just like so good. I also love their Italian one. That may not be the right name for it, but it's just, it's exactly what you think. Yeah, it's like all the Italian meats, and it's got melted cheese. I don't think it's the
No, that one's good too. Yeah.
Okay, I think it might have a different name. I think not doing that a good job right now, but it
That's
is top notch. If you're looking, like, I feel like sometimes people try to do too much with Italian sandwiches, where it's like, I just want all the good meats and the cheese and like the sauce. Like, I don't want all the other things. Theirs is really good that way. It's just like a very simple, pure, like Italian sub. Those are my favorites there.
And are they
The
also your
pastrami's
go-to?
pretty high up there. Yeah, those are my go-tos. Like if I'm gonna head into Earl of Sandwich, I would say this, pre the whole Carvery situation with the pastrami.
Yes.
Holiday turkey is the go-to. Now we're gonna go back and forth a little bit.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
There's also a ton of other ones that are fantastic that they have on the list, and I've never had one that I didn't like on the list.
Yeah,
Have you tried some of their sides also, like the mac and cheese or?
The mac and cheese is pretty decent. That's actually that's the only one I've had, to be honest.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't expect to like mac and cheese from a sandwich shop, but it's pretty good.
I'm just glad they put it through the grill or whatever. Yes.
Yeah, I will
Please
say the
go.
cookies are like the ad. The cookies are. We were like, okay, let's taste test these cookies. Like, twist my arm. Let's try a bunch of them and see, right? I would say even their baseline, like the one we liked the least of the cookies that we tried there, was still like better than just about anything you can get anywhere.
And which
else
one
ever.
was that? I'm just curious what your
That
baseline is.
Well, we called like we called our baseline just the chocolate chip cookie. Like just
okay, fair. Okay.
It's like everything. When you imagine a really good chocolate chip cookie, like that, there it is, my friends. Like there it is. They're huge, so they're super splittable. There's no world in which like you could eat. Yeah, like giant. There's no world in which you could eat one yourself, which is great. I think anything that's big enough to be splittable is great, especially at that cost, because those ones are pretty inexpensive compared to just about anything else you get at Downtown Disney or Disneyland. Our favorite was actually the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one. It's like you can get it with the sugar cookie or a chocolate chip cookie. We got it with a sugar cookie.
Okay.
And it's got like the frosting and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch kind of it. Like it is so sweet. I don't think I could eat more than like a quarter of it. But it is so good. Like, it's just, oh my gosh.
I feel like the pro tip, though, is you take them home and put vanilla ice cream on top.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you split it, vanilla ice cream, perfect. Like, and then you...
Well, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you see me eventually make a video. Like, you're going to steal this from me. I shouldn't even tell you.
I will not.
I want to go get some salt and straw. Like,
Oh,
even just
you
go like
should
really good vanilla and make like a little ice cream sandwich situation. Like,
As
this
you should.
just seems like
That's exactly what it is.
It needs to be done.
And then there's so many different plays with that too, because of all the flavors over there versus like, you could do an entire series on reviewing how they rate with each other and what's Oh, I can't wait.
Right?
I'll reshare it once you get it up.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You know what? Not that I need to be eating more cookies and ice cream, but
they're
incredible.
Like
cookies and ice cream.
I think right now, if I were going to go to Downtown Disney and like get a treat, those cookies are very high on my list. Maybe even the top of my list. If that's where I would go.
So do you think it's an unfair statement of me to say that they might be the best cookies on property right now?
So I actually said that on the internet. It's out in the world. So
okay,
I agree.
You agree. Okay.
I agree.
Sorry, I didn't do enough of my homework, apparently.
No, I was like, I said that. So if you're guilty, I'm guilty. Like I honestly think that. I think they're the best cookie you can get.
Yeah. And for me personally, my favorite was the M&M one. And
I love a good M&M cookie.
Like that goes back, like my grandma used to make them when I was a kid, and they can be done well, and then they can be done horribly. And the horrible is when they're crunchy and they're like overcooked.
Yeah, no.
And this is not that. Like they're just the right level. And my hope and prayer is that they continue to keep as awesome for years to come, and maybe mix them up even at times.
Right.
Like that would be cool too.
When we went to the opening where we saw you the other day, and they gave us a few cookies to take home. But then my husband and I were off to somewhere else. We're like, these cookies are going to melt in the car. Like, so we just kind of found them and gave them to a random person. Like we were like, hey, like
nice.
Which is a little bit weird, but we didn't touch them. Like we didn't. And then when we got home a few hours later, we both looked at each other at the same time and said, oh, we should not have given away those cookies. That was a mistake. Like we made a severe mistake.
Not to add insult to injury, but I took mine into the park with me and filmed a band and then took them home, and they were still fine. Also, it was a bad choice on my part because it was like 100 degrees.
Right. Live and learn. We will not do that again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So good. So for kind of your, I guess, approach to the whole thing, if you were advising people that are coming to the park soon, and they're going to Earl of Sandwich, would you give any tips on like how to approach your Earl of Sandwich experience? Like, what would those be?
That's a good one. I don't know if this is a tip per se, and it's definitely not like unique to me. I think for years, even in their previous locations, it has been such a normal phrase, like of locals, pass holders, everyone to be like, oh, I'm just going to stop by Earl on my way in. Like, I think that is actually like the best like tip for it is some people don't realize that you can bring outside food into the parks, and it doesn't even like you can bring outside food that you bought into the parks. I have seen people bring a whole Costco pizza into the parks. Like, you can do that.
I have too.
Stopping by Earl and grabbing your sandwiches and heading into the parks is such a good move. Or even I think sometimes people get intimidated by like, oh, going out into downtown Disney. They're right there where the monorail stop is. You could hop on the monorail in Tomorrowland, grab your sandwiches, hop back in. It's easy. That's like a very normal phrase that I hear all the time in Halfers. Oh, we're just popping by Earl on the way. Like, we're just going to stop by Earl.
And sometimes it's on the way out too. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I've been known to do that too, is grab it on the way home and
well, it's a good cost-effective meal, and it's delicious.
I think it's one of the best values on property.
100%. Like, and I know that's very important to them. Like, it's very, very important to them that they don't want to price people out. They want to be a cost-effective option, and you can see that reflected in the menus of both restaurants, honestly.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. Why do you think, like, it's been around for 14 years, and it played, I don't know, musical chairs around downtown Disney for a few of the last ones. Yes, why do you think Earl of Sandwich, throughout the entire time, like since day one, it's always held a special place in people's hearts? Why do you think that is?
I think, well, I'd probably give it 3 reasons. I was going to say 2, but I think it's
okay.
One of them might be, well, you could say 1. Okay. Here's my 1, maybe 1.5. They might be the same. They might not be.
Okay.
I think the quality all the way around, from the quality of the food to the quality of the experience and the team, that's where I'm like, I think it could be wrapped together.
Okay.
Like, the quality is so high, and consistent. Right? I think that's one reason it keeps a place. I think it's really rough when you have something good and then you bring a friend and then it's not as good. And you're like, I look like an idiot. Like, the quality is consistently high. And so there's that piece. The quality of the people is also high. The service, the personalities, the warmth, all of it. I think that's a piece of it. I also think there's a piece of it. This is not as exciting of a reason, I would say. Maybe it is. Depends on who you are. But I think that there's a drive in the team behind Earl of Sandwich for excellence. Like, they're pushing that forward, and you can feel that, and you can see that, and you can experience that. And I think as a customer, it feels really, really good when you know that somebody cares about treating you well. When somebody cares about customer service and makes you feel valued, like, that just makes you feel like $1 million. So I think there's that piece of it, and that's very intentional. And there's a huge push from behind for that. And so I think that actually adds to all of it, why people love it so much, why it has their hearts, because they've tried to get their hearts, they want their hearts. That sounds very romantic to talk about a sandwich shop wanting your heart.
You think about that, even with the way they tell their story, and they it really does connect with, a legacy, I guess you could say, in a way. They really do try to, they try to make that connection. I think you're totally right on that. Yeah. All right. Well, there's another big exciting thing that happened in the same building, which was the opening of Gordon Ramsay at the Carnaby. And if you'd have asked me 5 years ago or even 2 years ago, would we have a Gordon Ramsay restaurant in downtown Disney District? I might have just laughed at you and been like, yeah, right, whatever. But we do. And you've been, I've been, and we could make this very short and with one word say what we thought of it, but we won't do that. What were your first impressions?
That would not make for a good podcast, bro. You're not good at this.
Maybe it would be the best one ever, because they're like, hey, we're done in 15 seconds.
Perfect.
You'd have that listen through rate would be ridiculous. So what were your first impressions when you first walked into the Carnaby?
Honestly, my jaw dropped walking into I don't know what I expected. I don't think I had any of it, but I had not seen anything, any photos, any stuff. And walking up those stairs that first time, even just that entryway with the mural and the bar is beautiful. And at that point, when I walked up, the room was empty, but all the bartenders were prepping in their little, suits and vests and all of it. And it was just oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Like, this is just so classy and has such a cool vibe to it. Just right off the bat, you just feel, to me, it feels like, and this certainly extends to the whole experience, but I think the only ever time I've felt like this was coming out of somewhere like Carthay Circle, where you feel like you're somewhere else, and then you come back downstairs and come out and you're like, oh, that's right, I'm at a theme park. Like,
True.
There's a magic to it that you just got transported somewhere else that is only there, right? It's that immersive thing, right? It's a very Disney thing. And then, like, okay, back out. Like, it's magical.
I totally agree with you. And I could spend hours looking at every piece of artwork on the wall because the vibe is just awesome. So is the music, too. So Gordon Ramsay is known for high standards on everything, bold flavors, all of that fun stuff. What were some of your standout dishes or drinks or whatever that you've tried now that you've been a time or two?
So first of all, we have not had a single thing there that we felt like was like less than phenomenal.
I agree.
Including some things that I didn't think would, I'm like, all right, I'll try this, whatever. So maybe I'm biased. I don't know. I just thought it was phenomenal. Our standout for sure, like our favorite on the menu has certainly been the prime rib. We have loved that prime rib. You know, I raved to you about that prime rib, and I don't think I was
I got
wrong.
it because you raved about it.
Because it's so good. It's so good. It's phenomenal. Like, it's just, the quality is so high, and then everything that it comes with on top of it, you're just like, holy cow, this is all for me. And like, and I've said this a lot of times before already, it's such a splittable dish, which makes it, I think, one of the best value meals that you can get in downtown Disney or at Disneyland, because the prime rib is $68, but it comes with like 3, technically 4 sides, right? So it's a lot of food. It's very splittable. I think that has very quickly become our favorite way to do it is, okay, let's grab a couple of appetizers and then split the prime rib, get dessert. That way you can try a lot of things, because we want to try a lot of things. It's just so stinking good. That's like our top pick. Like, that's the one that's hard not to get, you know, because I want to get it again, but I want to try something else. Like, that's what I'm keep coming back to. We have loved that salt and pepper squid. Did you guys try that?
I didn't try that yet. We did. Okay,
do you like calamari?
Yeah, I love it. Katie's on the fence with it. So like, I need another. Like this one.
It's a good one.
Perfect. Okay.
Maybe. Look, you can fry anything. I'll like it.
I'd be like, wow.
It's so crispy and light and flaky, and the flavor is good. We have loved that as an appetizer. Not chewy.
And that's probably going to help, because I feel like so many people with calamari, it's when it gets chewy or the texture's weird that they're like, oh, I don't like this because it reminds me what it is.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't like it either. That's not good calamari. Like,
fair.
You know, it's fair. It's fair.
Yes.
There's this phenomenal. We have loved that. And that's a good one. I love when you can kind of sit around a table and just like pick at things, you know, as you're chatting and all of it. So we have loved that one. Those Parker rolls are fantastic. Let's see what else.
Did you try the chicken wings?
Yes, I loved them.
Those might be my favorite bite in the restaurant. I was shocked because I'm not even like, I'm a medium chicken. Like, I enjoy them on occasion, but I loved that sauce.
Yeah, like, the sauce is like hard to place. Like, you're like, I don't totally get all the flavors in here, but it's somewhere between like a sort of Korean-y type thing and a buffalo sauce, like somewhere in the middle there, like
with a tiny bit of barbecue thrown in. Yeah. It's really, they're good. They are I would call them the highest level of spice that I find enjoyable. Yeah. If you go above that, it's not worth it. I agree.
But there's so much flavor. Agree. Yeah, there's so much flavor and just enough kick there that, like, okay, this is great.
And I'd like to take their ranch dressing home, please.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
What was now that I'm thinking about this, what was your favorite, like, one bite flavor wise? Because obviously your favorite dish is the prime rib, but, you know, that can be different than that single bite.
I don't know if this is a cop-out answer. It's the carrots that come with the prime rib.
Okay.
Like,
that's
the carrots that come with the prime rib are like, oh man, like, they're just perfect. Like, I think, you tried them? Yes.
I did.
Like, I just think they're perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I loved them.
And I'm always a little bit wary about them because I feel like they're kind of like sweet potatoes during the holidays where sometimes they get over sweet and like they dump too much sugar, and these did not. I was very pleasantly surprised. And
they were perfect.
And absolutely I thought they were perfect sides to go with the prime rib too. Like all of those combinations were absolutely fantastic. Have you tried desserts?
Yes.
Tell me about desserts.
Okay, so here's the problem with the dessert menu at this restaurant. There's the chocolate tart that is on this menu.
Okay.
The problem for the chocolate tart is that the sticky toffee pudding exists. Like,
I agree, actually.
Which is unreal. Like, it's unreal good. The sticky toffee pudding. Like, that's you have to. That's the Gordon Ramsay thing. It's everything. If it didn't exist, all of the internet right now would be talking about the chocolate tart at this restaurant. It's so good. But it's just being eclipsed by this one that's like so good, you know?
That's the problem.
We also just had, we were there the other night, and I wanted to, this sounds so controlling, but okay. I wanted to let Uriah order what he wanted. I wanted to let Uriah order what he wanted. Sometimes we go places and I'm like, dude, this is what we need to order because this is what we need to cover, kind of a thing. But it was
that's fair.
Yeah. But genuinely, I was like, I want to see if I give him zero guidance, what my 14-year-old will just want to order, and let's go with it. He wanted to order the Oreo cheesecake for dessert. And Andy and I both looked at each other like, really?
Like, all the things on the list.
Buddy. Yeah. Of all the things you could get, that's what you want.
Yeah.
I would say if those other desserts didn't exist, we'd all be raving about the Oreo cheesecake. Like,
really?
It was really good cheesecake. Like, I definitely took more than one bite because it was like, oh, let me just try this to see. And then it was like, and I'm going to go again. Like, and
at what point were you blocked?
Desserts, right? Oh, I was at one point. And then he got to the end. And we'd eaten a lot of food, and he had like 2 bites left. And I'm like, dude, just finish it. And he goes, oh no, I'm taking this home. This isn't going anywhere. Like, and it came home in our fridge, and he ate it the next day. They gave him a whole little box for his little 2 bites of cheesecake.
I'd love it. Can I ask
what
else he ordered?
Okay, he got the wings.
Okay,
he didn't like the wings only because they were a little too spicy for him.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Which was fine. I was happy to take over his wings because they were delicious.
Always happy if somebody at my table did not like their wings.
His big picks were the rolls. My kid is so bougie. He got the salmon. He loved the salmon. He loved the Wellington.
Yeah.
He loved the cheesecake. The salmon, the sauce, and I can't remember exactly. It was some sort of saffron, something, that roasted salmon. It was really good.
It's on the list, huh?
Really, really good.
I mean, all of them
it's
on the list.
That's what I'm saying. I haven't had anything that was like, oh, don't get that. Like, everything has been good. Andy got the burger this last time. I don't think it was a burger that we would go back and be like, we have to go back and get the burger. Okay. But it was a very, very good burger. Like, I wouldn't tell someone not to order it. I'd be like, yeah, that was good. If you want a burger, that was good. And I think
it also makes the restaurant accessible for those that do want just a
100%.
burger. Like
100%. And it's only, in the scheme of things, that burger is the same price as a lot of other spots in downtown Disney, or even some of the quick service spots in downtown Disney. You're getting the same price and you're getting a better burger in a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. So like, do the math.
Yeah, I totally agree.
You know,
I feel like since we brought it up, or you brought it up, the beef Wellington we should talk about. Like, this is
we should. It has been expensive a lot of mixed reviews.
Yeah, I could see that because beef Wellington is a unique dish. It's a very Gordon Ramsay dish. I have prepared them before. It's a major effort to make them and to get right to varying levels because I am no Gordon Ramsay. But first off, what did you think of the beef Wellington? And then we can talk about the price and all that stuff.
I went in trying. I had not tried it the first few times we had been because. Okay, we know that's the thing. I want to try other things and see other things or whatever, right? And so I have seen very mixed reviews on it, which the 2 big things I've heard people say is that they felt like it was very small and that it was dry. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go in with a very open mind. Like, everything else has been good. I love this place, but like, what are we? I would say ours was huge, and like dry is like the opposite, polar opposite of what it was. Like, I don't. you never know what somebody got or whatever, but I'm like, I think those people are crazy. I thought it was phenomenal.
Do you think they were comparing it to the size of the prime rib or like the fish and the fish and chips? Because those were big. But
yeah, I think in general, the portions at this restaurant are large. Like, they're pretty large portions of things. Even the piece of salmon Uriah got was like a very large piece of salmon. So
it looked. I think I saw a picture and it looked like it.
Yeah, it's a big. The portions are huge. I think as far as Wellingtons go, this is a large beef Wellington. So my thought was, well, maybe
6
you're
ounces,
just not
right?
familiar with beef. Yeah, like maybe you're just not familiar with beef Wellington.
Yeah, it's possible.
I've definitely had Wellington before. That was a much smaller, like,
me too,
thing, and paid just the same, if not more. You know, I absolutely loved it. I do think it's a particular palate. It's a particular taste that I think some people just aren't necessarily going to love. It's got that earthiness to it.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I think it's delicious. My 14-year-old, again, to be clear, he's quite bougie, but he loved it. We ended up switching dishes because I'm a good mom, not a controlling mom. Also, his salmon was so good. So I was like, look, because he wanted to try mine, I want to try his. I was like, let's go half. He's like, you do half, I'll do half, and then we'll swap. We will win-win. So I'm a big fan of the Wellington there. I think all things considered, my son actually asked me the best question because we were trying to figure out what we liked the most between that and the prime rib. And he said, okay, Mom.
Okay.
If both of them were sitting in front of you free, like price is not any of it.
Good question.
Which one are you going to, he said, price is not what, which one are you going to pick? I think I'd pick the prime rib every time. Like I would. I like it better. But the Wellington's delicious, and I feel like you want to go to the Gordon Ramsay place and get the Gordon Ramsay thing, you know? I
feel like once in your life you have to have a Gordon Ramsay beef Wellington. Like, and this makes it as accessible as it's ever going to be. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. I also was like, there's so many other amazing things on the menu that this is not going to be a regular thing I do because I would like to work my way through the menu eventually. And
for sure.
And as you mentioned, like the salmon, I kind of discounted it because I was like, well, we have all of these things that Gordon Ramsay are known for on the menu, salmon, burger, all of this. Like, I kind of put those on the side as like, that's a much later thing to try, or you know, all of those things. So price, how do we feel like price for this and everything else on the menu fits within the bigger scope of Disneyland Resort, Downtown Disney, sit down restaurants? We need to make sure we delineate. Yeah. Cause and even, I mean, I don't know if you've researched this too, but even compared to other Gordon Ramsay restaurants, but what did you think?
I mean, in terms of the Disneyland Resort, it is in line with the pricing that you would do at about any other sit-down restaurant. 100%. What I very much appreciate about this menu, and I need to fact check myself a little bit on this. I want to do a little bit more research, but I'm like 98% sure I'm right. If you ordered carefully at this restaurant, like if you were paying attention because you're on a budget and you're trying to whatever, if you ordered carefully at this restaurant, I'm pretty sure you could eat there for the same price as what you would have to pay eating at like a quick service place like Black Tap or one of these places that are right here at T&D,
I think
right there in Downtown Disney, easily with like a Gordon Ramsay restaurant experience, way superior to that, just even in what it is, because there are some less expensive things on the menu. There are some salads that are a little bit less expensive. There's that burger for $25. There's a few different things like that. Like it is very, very doable to eat there for a lot less. Now, I'm not going to say I have done that. But I think you can. Fair. Like I think it's possible. The price point in general, it's the same. Like the last couple of times we've gone for the three of us, I'm like, it's the same as when we ate at Blue Bayou or when we've eaten it's like Lamplight Lounge and kind of what like it's in the realm of like what is normal to pay for a sit down restaurant at Disneyland, which sometimes people are shocked by because they didn't plan on it. That's for sure. But I think that's kind of on you, you know?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I think the other part is because it's outside of the park, there's also this expectation of like, there should be a different price point or something. I don't know entirely what that was from because we did a video on it too. And I immediately got feedback on how expensive the whole thing was. And I was like, well, we all walked away thinking for what we got, it was very reasonable. I mean, I went to Gordon Ramsay Steak in Vegas and it was, I think, double the price. And And I felt like I had a very similar dining, like the environment was different and the service was a different culture, but like I felt the dining was very similar in terms of quality of food and beef Wellington and all that jazz.
For sure.
So as you're looking towards the future of this place, what do you think is going to be like for those of us? Let's go with those of us that are locals. Is this a place that you go for a special occasion? Is this something you go grab a quick drink and hang out for a little bit? Is this a regular thing? Is it a once in a lifetime? You know, where do you think that'll fit in with the local clientele, I guess?
That's an interesting question. I think one of the challenges that downtown Disney will always have, and I'm not saying anything new here, is it's got a lot of competition in the area as far as things in Orange County to go do. When you're talking about people who are local, it's got a lot of other places you can go. And those places you don't have to pay for parking or figure out parking. I think that's the largest challenge that downtown Disney has. They're bringing in some of these restaurants that theoretically could and will draw just the local average person that lives in Anaheim, lives in Newport, lives in Costa Mesa, whatever, and they're going to come. But if they're not at least a minor like Disney person that kind of gets how it all works, the parking is really intimidating. Even figuring out how to pay for parking is intimidating. Like, what do you mean? I've got when I can just go right down the street to South Coast Plaza and go to a similar caliber restaurant and not have to figure any of that out. So I think that's always going to be a challenge. I do think it's genius of them. This is the most obvious statement anyone's ever made. Genius of them to add Gordon Ramsay to the lineup here, like the name. Because it is an opportunity for someone to go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant in a much more accessible setting and way than they might otherwise. So if that's something that someone's always wanted to do, like, here's your shot, let's do it. I think is that it's crazy right now, right? Reservations are booked out forever, basically. Like, as they increase capacity, as things slow down a little bit, it's going to be easier to get in. I think it's something I've already had multiple just friends of ours in life and like, oh yeah, I would want to go there and try that. So I think it will continue to bring in people that way. One of the things I've really loved about it is that it feels very accessible in the sense that sometimes you walk into a higher end restaurant and I have to convince myself that I want what's on the menu. Like, I don't understand half of these words, and I'm pretty sure when it comes, I'm going to like it, but I'm kind of intimidated, and I don't totally know what it is, and honestly, it doesn't even sound appetizing to me, but I'm sure it's going to be, and when it comes, it is. But I think this menu is really accessible. The food, it's very elevated versions of tavern food in a lot of ways, which was intentional. It feels like the food I actually want to eat, you know? Which I think is actually huge. Because it makes it's a way bigger draw, especially to like a Disney parks crowd. This doesn't feel out of reach for me. I can look at the menu and see what I would order. I don't have to like look at the pictures to figure out what that means.
Well, and you don't have to walk in and, you know, some of the higher end or that level of restaurants in other locations. If you were to walk in your Disney clothes, may be frowned upon, or at least felt like you're frowned upon. Yeah. And, you know, I saw, you name it, from, you know, I was dressed like Disney. This to very comfortable, like, and everybody else was more comfortable than me. But, but no, I think that was such a good thing that they did with that. And I am curious to see how that ends up playing out in long term for that. What advice would you give for the first timer going to the Carnaby?
Ooh. I would say first timer going to the Carnaby. Well, first of all, get the prime rib. But I think I would say to slow down and take it all in. Like, there's a lot to see. There's a lot of things on the walls. There's a lot of very cool little touches. There's a lot going on. And so to like slow down and take all of it in, don't feel so rushed. And I think their staff is pretty good at that. Their staff is very warm, very welcoming, very personable. And I think there's a piece of that to the experience. Everything in this restaurant is so intentional. Even like the wallpaper in the bathrooms was so very good. Intentionally selected. Yeah. So there's just a lot to take in. And especially for many people who are only going to be there once, kind of a thing. Like, let it breathe, you know? Like, they're not going to rush you. Like, enjoy your time. Like, let it breathe. You know, really be there and be a part of what's happening.
I love that. Yeah, that's totally. I would have liked to sat and listen to the entire playlist list, like of the music, because I'm like, that is my.
It's so
like,
fun.
All of my favorite music was being played that night. Like, and all right, so let's look at the bigger picture. We've got Earl of Sandwich now, and we have the Carnaby, Gordon Ramsay, the Carnaby. How do you think that impacts downtown Disney and the Disneyland Resort having both of them coming in at the same time, basically?
I think they're on such different planes, you know what I mean? Both literally and metaphorically. Like, they're on such different planes. I think the Earl of Sandwich location, that whole new location of downtown Disney is so cool. Right? With all of the, you know, for someone who, if you haven't been there recently, this whole new construction area where there's grass and a performance stage and all these restaurants around and some little carts and things. It's just such a cool spot that we didn't have before for families to come hang out, even if you're not at the parks or staying there, but you just want to come have a nice night out and you need something to entertain your feral, like, 5-year-olds. Like, there's live music happening. There's the whole Bubbles thing that's happening this summer. Like, this whole area, same thing. The parking's always going to be a challenge, right? But when someone gets there, they're like, oh, this is nice. Like, this is pleasant. Andy and I often joke about the fact where we will go into downtown Disney or the hotels or wherever just for a dinner or a date night or an afternoon or whatever. And it'll be, man, it feels like we're on vacation. And it's like, well, yeah, you idiot, because everyone else here is. But that is a true good hack, is like living slightly local to Disneyland. You can go on vacation for an hour or two, and it feels that way. And that whole area in front of Earl right there feels that way, where you can go grab some sort of fun, good food. You can enjoy a nice, easy night. It's a very kid-friendly area.
Yeah.
So I think that the impact of that whole space on downtown Disney, not just Earl of Sandwich and Carnaby, but that whole space, I think is huge, because that didn't exist before. I think it also keeps people on the property where they used to go on their, like, non-park day and like, okay, let's go find somewhere else in Anaheim. Let's go do something, where now this is actually a really good option.
Yeah.
So I think that whole area has a huge impact. I think Earl of Sandwich itself, the new location, I don't think, how do I say that? Not that it doesn't make a difference. It does make a difference, but they've always had a presence. So the presence isn't new. You know what I mean? The new big location definitely brings in more clientele for them and makes it a more viable option for a lot of people. So that's why I'd say that isn't like the presence isn't new. I do think Gordon Ramsay at the Carnaby will bring in some new clientele to downtown Disney for that reason. I've always wanted to go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. Now there's one here in California near me. Let's go check it out.
I totally agree with you. So let's pivot a little bit and talk about what's next for you, and then we're going to have some fun with some fast fives, because I warned you that we don't know what's going to happen. So what do you guys have coming up with We Don't Wear Yours?
I think the biggest thing for us right now is that we just recently launched our own YouTube channel. We've been in the Instagram world forever. And hey, you need to do YouTube. You need to do YouTube. You need to do YouTube. Like, okay, this seems like a lot of work and I have no idea what I'm doing. I hardly know what I'm doing on Instagram. And now you want me to learn a new one? Like, okay. So we just recently launched a YouTube channel, that was doing decently well. It's been growing. It's a little bit of a humbling experience going from having like a large Instagram following back to like square one. But that's all right. I took a little bit of a hiatus on it the last month or two. It's just been like, life has been crazy. Life has been busy. Like, dude, you don't have to do it all. Calm down. But I'm about to hop back into that and doing a lot of that. So
everybody
really
should subscribe right now.
Yes,
hit pause,
absolutely.
go subscribe, come back.
Yes.
Then hear the fast five. Very important.
Perfect. But I am excited about that because I think that, like, we love Instagram. Like, we've had a good experience on Instagram, but it is really limiting in the short form video of what we can cover with people, where on YouTube we can really dig into a lot more things. And so we're excited to be able to do that, bring people along on stuff. Like, that's the big one for us through the end of this year, is starting to really jump seriously into YouTube.
Speaking to your channel in particular, I like that it gives you the chance to really let your personalities shine even more, because that really is one of the special things about what you guys bring to the community is you are unabashedly, authentically you. And
here we are.
Like, yeah,
This is
it's
it.
great. Like, it's why we had so much fun sitting around all day for candlelight.
Right.
You know, like it just is. And so I like when you can go beyond that 3-minute window or whatever it
Exactly.
is, and really get to feel like you know somebody through the screen as you're watching them. So I'm very excited to see how that plays out.
Well, thank you for that. That's very kind of you to say that, because that is part of the heart behind it. Is like, hey, this is it. This is who we are. What you see is what you get, and whether maybe you don't like it, that's fine. But like, here we are.
But somebody else will. That's a great thing about
we're not for everybody. We're not for everybody, but we are for somebody.
That's right. All right, we can get into a full conversation on that too, but instead
let's go.
Fast five.
Okay.
I'm so glad you're ready for this. So goal with this is as quick of an answer as you can get, and we will see what happens, because I might change things up
Dear
too.
Lord. All right.
Yeah, all right, first off, this one hopefully is easy. Who is your favorite Disney character?
Favorite Disney character is right now probably Merida.
Okay, nice. What is your favorite Disney theme park?
Oh, that's really hard. We're gonna go with Animal Kingdom.
I like it. Okay. That's not what I expected. All right.
What did you expect? Oh, so this is supposed to be the fast five. I'm focused. I'm in. Okay.
I thought you were going to say Disneyland because of your long history and home and all that, like, I don't know.
That's yes. But like, if you were to ask me, like, if you were like, hey, right now we could teleport, where would you want to go? It would be that. And that might be because I don't get to go there so often. You know what I mean?
It's the money's no option question that your son gave about food.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so you just walked into that park, which is Disney's Animal Kingdom. We just determined.
Okay.
What would be the first thing that you would do?
I would go get the coconut cold brew from the coffee place with the name with the K that I can never remember what it is, but it's right there by the safari entrance.
It's one of my favorite places also. So yes. It'd just be an Americano for me, but that's okay.
Well, that's so boring.
I am boring.
Says the man in the colorful bow tie. Okay, continue.
Well, we all have our thing. All right. This one's fun. You are stuck in an elevator for 3 hours. What Disney attraction, either loop, area loop, or soundtrack, would you want to have to listen to on repeat for the entire time in that elevator?
Wait, what are my options? Movie? No, what did you say?
Basically any
soundtrack?
Disney music. Yeah, it could be ride soundtrack. It could be area music. It could be a movie. Like, what music would you want to have stuck on the entire time on loop?
Area music? Then you go Main Street.
Love it.
I can do that.
I mean, that's only 3 loops.
I would love that.
You can handle that, no problem. We did it like 9 times on
and
Christmas.
I just like it. It just makes you happy. Like,
okay.
It's great.
Final question.
Okay.
You're a protagonist in a future Disney movie. What existing Disney sidekick would you want as your sidekick?
Ooh. Okay, so the first one that came to mind, so I guess I just got to go with that one. Is Mushu.
I love this. Mushu.
It's got to be Mushu, right?
Yeah. I love that.
I like to keep things interesting.
I think that works. Do you have any particular reason why you chose Mushu?
I mean, I like Mulan. Mulan is also one of my favorites, for sure. So I don't know if you're catching a theme here that I like Merida, like Mulan, like Moana, like okay. But,
anything that starts with M, is that the theme? Yeah, that's it.
That's what it is. I just think Mushu is entertaining, interesting.
I agree.
Like fun.
I totally agree.
I try to think if there was a more like practical sidekick that would be like, oh, that'd be the right one to have. Like, no, I think Mushu and I would make a great film.
And if you're going to be stuck with a sidekick, you might as well have fun. All right.
And if I had to be stuck in an elevator, also Mushu.
I hadn't thought of that question yet, but that'd be a fast six, so maybe not that one. But thank you so much for being on. Before we say goodbye, where can people find you and follow you and subscribe and all of that stuff?
They can find us at We Don't Wear Ears on Instagram and YouTube. That's where you're going to find all of this.
So complicated. I don't know if I can find it. Thank you
Right.
so much for being on, Kellie, and sharing the experience with us and your smiles. Like, we always have fun, I feel like, when we interact with each other. So thank you for being such a positive part of the community. Looking forward to seeing more YouTube videos from you. And anything else you want to say?
No, thanks for having me. This is great.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Kellie, for being on Daps Magic Disney and Positive Stuff. It was a blast geeking out about all of the stuff at Earl of Sandwich and Gordon Ramsay at Carnaby with you, and I can't wait to go back to both of them again very soon. If you have eaten at either of these restaurants, let us know what you thought of your experience. Also, let us know what your favorite thing on the menu was, whether it's the full dish or what was your favorite bite, just like Kellie and I talked about as well. Once again, if you haven't done it yet, subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you join in the conversation. You can do that either in the comments or over at Daps Magic HQ at dapshq.com. We have a blast geeking out together about all the Disney and Positive stuff together. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Make it a great week. Keep kind, and we'll see you in the parks.